the Biofriendly Podcast. It's the Biofriendly Podcast.
There's no need to waste any more time.
What?
For this moment.
What?
Right now. Summer Nuggets.
For a moment like this.
That's right. We are
Some
back.
nuggets last forever.
This
for a
is-
moment like this.
Nugget number 4.
Nugget number 4.
And if you're like, what are they talking about nuggets for?
For
This
that one
is
nugget now.
Summer Nuggets,
The
guys.
summer nugget cow.
That's it. Do you want to sing it? You want to sing it? Ready?
no,
Okay.
you
Summer Nuggets, having a blast. Summer Nuggets, time to podcast.
We were both dancing with arms.
Then
because
we talked about growing farms.
Summer dreams lives in the streams.
Dreams,
There's a
and
guy with an energy ball. Oh,
Walla, 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 ho. That's it. All right, guys. If you don't know what Summer Nuggets is, like I've explained each week, I'm making it shorter and shorter in case you're just tuning into this episode.
If
you don't know.
If you haven't been tuning into Summer Nuggets this long,
then you've been
you
missing
don't
out.
get to know.
You don't get. Oh, should I just skip it?
No.
Okay.
We should be, because poor Dave.
Dave has been very busy this
He's
summer.
been so busy.
And he's like, oh, what's the latest one? And he saw this subject. And he was like, I want to check out
I gotta
this
check
episode.
this one out. I've been so bummed out I didn't
And
get
he's like,
Alaska
why
with
is
some surfing.
Why is this episode so short? This show is much longer.
Because Dave's been helping out a lot. If you guys don't know, Dave got a new dairy farm recently.
He did. He bought a dairy farm.
He did.
And
he's running it sustainably.
Yeah, it's
those
crazy.
are free-range cows.
Yes.
And they actually, most of the milk goes to their calves. He just takes the excess, just a little bit, and it's really good. And so he doesn't get a lot of milk out of it.
Yeah.
But
it's the world's first dairy-free dairy farm.
it's the worst. Yeah, he gets his dairy out of almonds.
Exactly.
No, the almond farm is not sustainable at all.
Not sustainable.
But his dairy farm is highly sustainable.
But we are doing Summer Nuggets because we are busy this summer. There's a lot going on, so we decided we're going to get the next month and a half worth of shows. We're going to knock them out in one fell swoop. And while it may look like that we are still wearing the same clothes from last week, we are definitely wearing this uniform every single time.
We change.
We go home, we shower, we kiss our families, and we
kiss
say
our families.
hi, and then we come back into the same clothes, and we do it again and again and again and again.
We launder.
Yeah, we do.
We
do.
launder
This is
money mostly.
Yes, launder. We do launder money. This is the Groundhog Day of podcasts.
It is.
Yes.
It is. You look great in that outfit, by the way.
Thanks.
Has
So
anyone
do
told
you. You
that?
look smashing.
Oh,
Have I
yeah.
told you lately that I love you?
Have I told you there's no one else above you?
Yes.
Fill my heart with gladness. Take away all my sadness.
So good.
Ease my troubles, that's what you do.
So nice.
I love Rod Stewart.
Rod Stewart's great. He has a standards album that's quite lovely, where he sings like the old standards.
Oh my God, it's so
really,
good.
really
And
good.
I know it's not a song that's now acceptable, but he and Dolly Parton do a "Baby It's Cold Outside" that is just
No, I think people have moved.
Dynamite.
I think people have moved past the "Baby It's Cold Outside"
Yeah.
controversy.
Okay.
I think so. I think
they realized it was tongue in cheek.
I think at least I'm hoping so. It feels like a couple years there where all anybody ever talked about was how controversial "Baby It's Cold Outside," and I think at least I'm hoping that people have figured out, like, by the way, that was a joke of the time. It was tongue in cheek.
It was, and it was the idea of hard to get, which was a big
Yeah,
thing
it's
back
playing
then. And the
hard to
girl was
get.
in on the whole thing. That was the
Yes.
point.
If you didn't know that, "Baby It's Cold Outside" is not somebody who's like not wanting to stay. She wants to stay.
She wants to stay. That's the point.
It's part of the joke.
She wants to stay, but she has to tell him she doesn't want to stay because that's how she lands the guy. In the 50s,
Yeah.
that's how you landed the guy.
Yeah,
Now, women just club us over the head, drag us back to their place, and do what they want with us.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it works.
Times have changed.
Times have changed. And with that, Veronica laughed so hard she had to spin around.
No, sorry. I'm looking at the calendar because isn't it Father's Day this Father's Day?
Oh, well.
It was Father's Day after the first one.
Yeah,
Way back
so 3 weeks ago.
Many weeks ago.
I thought it
3
was
weeks
this
ago.
week, so
Yeah, no,
I'm
no.
wrong.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It makes sense because during the Summer Nuggets, we
Time just blends together.
It does blend together, and we probably should have said Happy Father's Day in the first Summer Nugget, but we completely forgot. So those fathers, I'm sorry.
I don't think we said Happy Mother's Day.
We didn't say Happy Mother's Day.
So we're just not happy for parents.
No.
Oh.
Because you know what?
Poor Dave.
Because
Oh, poor Dave.
Poor
Dave's
Dave with the...
Dave's a single dad.
Dave's a single dad.
Yeah.
He deserves a Father's Day celebration. That poor guy.
He's not the non-dairy
Yeah,
farm.
yeah. His wife left him
Did.
for six or seven other men.
Because he opened up a non-dairy farm.
She said, "You know what?
This is
I
dumb.
am not going to be part of this because you're growing almond trees and using that to provide milk, and then we have all these cows for no reason that are
yeah.
free range, and you're not going to use them for meat. You're not
Yeah.
going to use them for milk. I mean, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And Dave said, I am sustainable.
And she
And
said,
that just is what it is. And she said, well, there's 7 other guys who've been hitting on me, and I'm going to go live
I'm
with
going to
them.
go live with them now.
So that's a new show called
And-
One Chick and 7 Guys in an
And
Apartment.
what the crazy thing is his wife's name is Snow White.
Wow.
And those are 7 dwarves.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
weird twists and turns in life.
You never see.
Sometimes
You think you think that the story is from a long time ago, but actually, it's a story. It's a story that lives today.
Lives today, kids. All right. I'm grabbing this next one, and this could be we're looking at the start, like the last.
Is it
Summer
more
Nugget.
oceans?
It is more oceans,
Let's
but it's just
put that on the bottom of the pile.
okay. Bottom of the pile.
Because we just did an ocean one,
we
just
did.
in case it's great. If it's so Pizza Hut that we're making it great,
Then we'll get to it.
then we'll get to it.
Yeah, I saw as soon as I picked it up, I was like, it's another ocean one. We just did oceans. So,
It
okay.
was last week. For those of you who were tuning in last week,
Okay.
we just heard it. We talked about the oceans. We did it.
Okay, ready? When hail goes wild, everything you need to know about gorilla hail.
When hail goes wild. So is that like when hail's at a party in the
Yeah.
Caribbean and then someone looks up at the camera and goes,
Yeah.
hey, I'm here from Hail Gone Wild. And the hail's like,
ah! That's exactly what we're talking about. This stuff is called gorilla hail. Have you ever heard the word gorilla hail?
never.
Okay.
This is the moment.
Okay, this is the moment. So it says, if gorilla hail doesn't sound familiar, that's probably because it's not all that common. Okay?
Oh, well, then let's not worry about it.
Let's not worry about it. Okay, move on. People are like, wait a second, I need to know about...
No, actually, that was interesting.
I actually do need to know about gorilla
Yes.
hail.
Tell us
Okay.
about gorilla hail.
Among all the extreme weather events that can happen, hail is one that has the potential for serious danger. We know that,
Seriously?
right? Hail, yeah.
Hell yeah.
And if gorilla hail doesn't sound familiar, it's probably because it's not all that common, which is what it just said right above here.
Way to repeat yourself.
So sorry,
Jeez,
article
author.
writer. One storm chaser and meteorologist coined the term gorilla hail, and the name stuck. Okay, so this person. So, hailstones are often described in terms of their size relative to objects such as a pea.
You know, the summer nuggets have been really kind of a lot of size stuff conversations.
so sorry.
about summer nuggets. Have you noticed this?
It's been
a lot of bit of comparison. Like worms versus gorillas.
Have I been a size king?
There's a little bit of a size king over here, guy.
So sorry.
Come on.
But here's the thing. I did choose, despite the fact that there was another ocean article in there, when I looked at the spread, I was like, we're tackling something different every time. Yeah. Like it's a different, we're jumping from species to ocean to
the
surfing.
Topics are different, but the obsession of the writers in the world, the people reporting, are obsessed with size.
You know how Google kind of feeds you like what you're interested in. You know how the algorithm caters to you? Well, guys.
You're like that senator on TikTok. How come it all
it ever gives me is the naked ladies? Exactly.
Well,
if you don't remember that story,
Senator,
if you don't remember that story, that was that guy it was the TikTok hearing where they were talking about like if TikTok's dangerous for the United States for government security, and this politician got up there and said like, I don't understand. Every time I open the app, it's just showing me half naked women dancing around, and it's like that was the hilarious moment because the algorithm is feeding you what you look at the most, and so
the algorithm is designed to give you what you want.
Designed to give you the thing that you watch the most.
Yes.
So if that's all you're seeing, then you definitely paused on that a lot.
And to be fair, so did I.
So did I.
I
and so
did.
did I mean,
I'm
weak. I'm weak. He said, weak.
I watched the same TikTok of a naked dancing lady for a week. A week straight, over and over again on loop.
What do you want from me?
I am responsible for 2 million of her views.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
You made somebody TikTok famous.
You know? That's what I do.
Hailstones.
Let me guess.
Are often
They range in size from
a pea, a golf ball, or a nickel. Gorilla hail is much bigger.
Oh, damn. Really? Bigger than a golf ball?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Okay, this part cracked
Do
me
we
up.
have to bleep that I said the D
No.
word?
I think
I'm trying to be better. I only sweared like 6 times so far.
I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna let it slide.
Just gonna let it slide?
I'm gonna let it slide because it's also a function of holding water back. And that's all you were talking about.
I was talking about that. Oh, how is this dam gonna hold the water with gorilla-sized hail balls?
Exactly.
Hail balls, literally the size of gorillas.
So I love that this. Yes, I caught it. Kate Underwood, this author of this article, I have to give her credit because I think she's being tongue in cheek here.
Okay.
She just wrote, despite the name gorilla hail, doesn't mean hailstones the size of an actual gorilla.
Oh, I'm sorry. I killed her joke.
That's okay.
I killed her joke.
No, you didn't kill her
joke. She was
joke.
sitting there and the joke was lined up. It was in the chamber and I stole it.
You are an expert comedian and improviser, and so I don't blame you. Okay. She's not. She's writing articles about gorilla hail. She's trying to break in.
Yeah.
But you just showed her what a master does. Yeah. You take the joke and you go, beat you to it.
Beat you to it. Keep up, Underwood.
Keep up, Underwood. I'm Overwood. Much like a dam does.
Good joke.
Good joke.
What's Underwood's
Actually,
first name?
her name's Kate. Kate Underwood. Not Carrie Underwood, not the singer.
Good joke, Kate. Sorry for stealing the joke. It was a good joke.
I don't know if she's joking because I hope she is because she's like, despite the name gorilla hail doesn't mean hailstones the size of an actual gorilla. So she could have been
be very
very factual person.
She's worried people think it's gorilla sized.
Don't worry, hail is not coming from the sky the size of a gorilla.
Yeah, that's absurd.
That would be absurd. That would kill so many people.
That would kill a
lot of people.
3 or 4.
That would destroy buildings.
5.
That would destroy cities if you had gorilla-sized hail.
Yeah.
So the term does indicate a larger than usual diameter for a hailstone. The meteorologist who called it gorilla hail is named Reed Timmer, and he actually has a very popular YouTube channel. He is a legit scientist and meteorologist.
Okay, but also an influencer.
He's also an influencer. So he makes videos where he does storm chasing and stuff. And so I think
I should watch his videos on loop, help him out a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I love some of those science guys that get really big YouTube followings. There's that one guy who does all those Rube Goldberg like machines in his backyard with squirrels. Gosh, he's brilliant. And he does that. My kids watch him all the time. I'm drawing a blank on his name. He's huge. Where he did the mechanical how far can you kick a field goal? Oh, guy's brilliant.
That's awesome.
So anyway, despite the name, it's not the size of a thing.
How big are they?
So Reed Timmer, a meteorologist and storm chaser with a YouTube channel documenting his extreme weather adventures, came up with the term gorilla hail. So I'm going to tell you right now, it's up to the size of a grapefruit.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
So yeah, that's how big it can get. And this is in Texas.
Cheapers. That's like
That's huge.
like bigger than a softball.
Yep.
I don't know if everyone can conceptualize that is absurd. If that thing's falling from the sky?
Yes, absolutely. So it says
that would kill you.
I know. Along with the huge size of the hailstones, the hail even formed accumulations up to 3 inches on the ground in Texas in 2021.
I can't with this.
Right.
I can't with this because when it's raining golf balls, they can kill you. It's like bullets falling out.
But like a grapefruit,
softball,
a softball. It says anywhere from the gorilla hail was anywhere from the size of a baseball to a grapefruit.
That is just crazy.
That's an enormous amount of ice coming from the sky.
That is.
Yep. So that is.
And if it's a storm, then there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
So you can't even escape. You can't escape the balls.
Exactly. Yeah. So it does say in here, it says, how does hail form? In case you wanted to know.
Let's do it, Jacob. Tell them how hail forms.
According to the National Severe Storms Laboratory, hail forms during thunderstorms. Raindrops are carried upward by storm updrafts into colder parts of the atmosphere where they freeze. The stones grow in size when more water drops land on the surface and freeze. That's it.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
So that's what causes hail. That's why it's not snow, because it's actually rain that's been kicked back up into the atmosphere. It comes down as ice balls.
Yeah.
Gorilla-sized ice balls.
The size of an actual gorilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need a lot of wind to make hail.
Yeah. So I mean, I know we normally in the Biofriendly Podcast, it's our job to kind of like fill you with inspiration and hope. But if you live where there's gorilla hail coming down, you need to move.
So
get out of there,
Texas.
Texas. If you're in Texas, we
got room.
Llano, Texas. Llano, Texas is where it says it is. Llano. Llano, Texas. Llano, Texas.
A-N-O?
It's Llano. Llano, Texas. I don't know. My speech goes Llano, Texas.
Yeah. Well, that's probably what they call it.
Yeah, Llano.
Like Los Angeles.
Yeah.
If you think about how hilarious that Los Angeles. Like if you Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Right? Like it's not even close.
It's not even close.
It's kind of funny.
It's just like how we call it, what is it? Some of the cities that we it's a Spanish word, but we clearly...
Duarte.
Burrito, New Mexico.
Duarte. Burrito, New Mexico. No,
That's not a real place. I'm sorry.
Los Feliz.
Yeah.
That one.
Los Feliz?
Yeah, Los Feliz.
Yeah.
Los Feliz.
Los Feliz.
Los Feliz, which is Los Feliz.
Los Feliz. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. We're absurd. We're absurd. Well, that's terrifying.
It is terrifying.
That's terrifying. Is that I would love again. I would love to talk to the meteorologist about it because I'm wondering like how often does this occur? How often has it been occurring?
Well,
is this something that is again? I you know how much I like to increase fear and panic. But is this happening more often now?
more alive.
Yeah, now that the temperatures are rising a little bit.
I think so.
Yeah, so
I think so. So I think that this is a result. The Texas weather has been quite unusual as of late from the ice storms that we had and the frozen, the snow last year.
Our fellow coworker and big brother, Mike Carroll, lives out there.
He
lives
knows.
in Texas.
He knows it's been
he's
weird.
Seen some crazy stuff going on out there. Yeah.
So this is happening.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you look outside of our window, how many times this year have we said it's still overcast?
It's still overcast and still raining, and we live in Southern California, and this is unusual.
We said on our we had a conference call 4 weeks ago. In the morning. It was precisely 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because that's how long we've been doing these summer nuggets.
It was 4 weeks ago.
In the morning at 9 a.m.
The weekend before Father's Day.
The weekend before Father's Day. Happy Father's Day 4 weeks ago to everybody.
Happy Father's Day 4 weeks ago.
Especially you, Dave. Sorry, Dave. About the missus running off with dwarves. Yep. That's sad. But we opened our conversation. She's like, how is it in L.A.? And Veronica and I were like, well, it's... we don't have sun. We haven't had sun. We used up our sunshine. Like LA had every day was sunny for
forever,
for 4 billion years.
And then we just
now
tapped it.
That's it. We used them all up.
Yeah.
So now we don't have any more. So now it's just going to be
got nothing left.
It's all the rest of our life.
Nothing left.
Yeah.
This is how we live.
Yep. That's okay. It's fine. Whatever. It's all a hoax.
It's all a hoax.
Was that long enough?
Yeah.
You think so?
I think so. I mean, hey, if one nugget is 16 minutes as opposed to 19 minutes, I think we're all right.
I just like to make sure the audience is satisfied.
You want to make sure they're satisfied. I get it. I mean, look, I have here in front of me, I have 1, 2, 3 left.
Pull one out.
And just see what we can
Let's
come
do
up
a high speed,
okay.
unless it's too good of a topic.
No, you'll like this one, and I don't think there's actually anything that could last long with this one. This was a novel one that I thought might be...
Okay.
Because some I was like, oh, we're going to be able to go with this.
Okay.
So consider watering your street trees. This just...
Oh, I have said this.
I know.
I do this.
I know. I actually thought of you 100% when I saw this.
Let's do it. Let's high speed fire through this. So it says
urban trees provide a myriad of benefits while putting up with so much of our chaos. Here's what we can do to help them. So this writer says, it's so cute. This author says, I have a dorky habit, which is whenever I go get my iced coffee and I finish it, I dump the ice from my reusable cup into the dirt of a street tree. It's probably like half a cup of water. I'm sure it doesn't make a difference, but I can't not do it.
It makes a difference.
Exactly. And so they say, I mentioned this in light of news from the United Kingdom about a campaign to rally the public to water new street trees. So what's going on is a lot of these trees, and this is happening not just in the UK, it's in the United States too. Because we walk around and look at the trees in our area all the time, and we'll have like water left over, ice left over, whatever. And you do feel this urge, this calling to like, I want to water this little dry patch of earth next to this glorious tree right here. Yeah. And that's what this is about.
You do sometimes feel like look, we have said this many times in the show. It's something you and I both kind of believe is that we've even done full shows on it about the fact that trees communicate.
Yeah, absolutely.
They communicate.
Yeah.
And you do sometimes when you're walking by, you get the sense that
they're talking to you.
This tree's, well, what's up? What's up, bud?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hey, man.
What's up, man?
Hey, you drinking all that?
you get a sense of the tree's like, hey, I don't need to bother you.
My throat's a little dry.
I'm a little thirsty over here. Just been standing on the corner of 3rd and Prime. And
Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime. And I was a little parched, and you just feel like,
you're like, oh, yeah, man.
Sure.
I'm not drinking all this.
Yeah.
Take it.
Yeah, they actually messed up my order. Here, have the whole thing.
I don't even like caramel.
And the tree is like, I get a caramel macchiato.
Yeah.
So great. Yeah. So this is just basically saying, look, as the rising temperatures, droughts, and dry spells lead to an increasing loss of new trees. Planting a tree is just the start of the story. The health and survival of a new urban tree is threatened by increasingly dry weather. It's recommended that the newly planted trees are given 50 liters or 13 gallons of water per week during the summer months for the first 3 years. You can help ensure healthy trees for the future over the summer months by watering trees near you. So he's basically saying this. He's like, look, if you got some trees in your neighborhood, the urban trees, walking down the street, it's not going to hurt if you add some water to them from time to time.
Yeah, so
they need it.
So here's the deal with trees, and why they're talking about the new ones in particular. Yeah. When trees get mature, their root system goes way deeper than you think. Yeah. It gets way down into the ground, and it goes way all along, and they find water from all sorts of different places, and they have lots of options to kind of grab moisture.
Yeah.
So a larger tree has a good, once it's established, it sort of has a good chance of surviving. Yeah. So you still could water those and should, right? Still send some water down. That doesn't hurt. Yeah. It doesn't hurt. Yeah. But the young ones, their root system isn't that established. It's just not quite deep enough to get to the water table or to just other random water sources. Yeah. So they just need some help. Yeah. So those first few years, it's a huge help. If you see it looks like just a little stick. Yeah. Usually it has a little gate thing around it to protect it from the squirrels. That isn't very big. It looks kind of like a plant, kind of like a tree. Water it. Definitely help that out. Absolutely. Definitely. Why not? Because if you're not using the extra ice anyway, if a lot of people do that, it helps.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you have big trees, I think we're noticing it a lot in Pasadena. Some of the larger trees, particularly recently with all the drought, they're dying. Mm-hmm. Because also we're pretty conscious about lawns in this area. So people are getting rid of their lawns, so they're not watering their lawns.
Right.
And because they're not watering their lawns, an expected source of water that these trees grew around is gone.
Right.
Because if you live in a city, you'll notice that there's concrete everywhere, that there's asphalt everywhere, that all the water goes into a drain and flows out to the ocean. Yeah. Does not get into the ground where the tree can use it.
Right.
So basically the only places in cities where trees can get their water is like people's lawns.
Yeah, exactly. And
or the water table.
And they're watering below. Less and less. So it's important.
So don't be, it's not a bad idea to
It says, as echoed by the New York Botanical Garden, probably the biggest problem street trees face, especially young trees, is drought. Trees need 8 to 10 gallons of water a week to stay healthy, with young trees benefiting from 10 to 20 gallons while they're getting established. You can keep street trees alive during dry periods by watering generously once a week. So anyway, this is just encouraging you. Get out there, pour some water.
And if you do that also, that's not the same as watering, like throwing a bunch of water on a lawn all the time. If you have just outside your own house, this is what I do, because outside my house are these beautiful big oak trees. And so what I did is because they have so much shade, you can grow ivy underneath them. If you do have, this is me nerding out way too much. If you do have ivy, though, growing where your oak trees are, make sure that you keep them from growing up the trees. You got to peel them off.
Really?
Because they tend to grow up the trees. And if the ivy establishes on the oak trees, it'll start to suck resources out of the oak tree and kill it.
Really?
Yeah. So keep the ivy off of your oak tree. But as long as you keep on it, it's really a pretty nice option to have down there because it grows really well if there's shade and you're doing water anyway. So I'll water all the ivy, and then in doing so, the water seeps down and also waters my oak trees. And so I have these really gigantic, beautiful oak trees that are living in front of my house that I love very much. I love those trees.
That was very helpful advice from Horticulture Noel.
I hope so, because I love trees as much as I love the ocean.
I love it. Well, that, you guys, is the end of our Summer Nugget number 4. So please.
We are
cooking.
Through shows this month.
We're doing so well.
My gosh.
So,
time has really flown.
It has. We've done great. So with that, I'm going to say, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you tell your friends. Tell your enemies. And make sure you let everybody know about how much you've learned in this Summer Nugget series and that you can be a part of learning and laughing all the way to saving the planet.
Yes, and don't also forget that if there are people in your life who don't want to listen about the environment, who don't care, who are like,
tune it out. No, thank you.
No, thank you. Say, you know what? Just do me one favor and listen to this one ridiculous show. It's a comedy. It's funny. It's really stupid, but it also has some interesting information. They're not going to make you feel bad about it, but they'll give you a little bit of info, which you might find helpful. If you hate the show, then come back and say that I hated the show. And then I want you to send us a letter and let us know who hates the show because we're killing everyone who hates the show.
Yeah, and if you don't like the show...
It's a quick way to get to murder someone who's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, and if you don't like the show, we give full refunds.
Full
for everything
refunds.
That you paid.
Everything you paid, you get back.
You get back.
100% refunds on every show.
Mm-hmm.
On every show. And we don't actually kill anyone in case the FBI is listening, which they are.
Yeah.
Which it's a joke.
It's a joke.
We joke around the show. But to tell them, because I think that's what we do. We are your beacon of light in a gloomy environment.
You're going to take mine? Oh, no. Giving you top quality content since 1823.
Science without the stiffness.
Yeah.
Yes. No, that is it.
Okay.
That is it. Green without the groaning.
Bringing you fear and loathing?
No.
Inspiring fear and loneliness.
Love.
And love.
Oh no. This show is about patience.
What is it?
Careful.
You might catch feelings.
Corn Dog Rogers and Kerosene Guy have had a lifelong battle in my head.
Enemies. This is we turn enemies into friends.
Yeah.
Is that right?
We will turn your enemies into friends.
We will turn your enemies into friends. We flipped it.
That is
every once in a while we challenge ourselves.
A flip.
I won't do that to you next week.
No, it's okay. And Veronica says...
Corn dog's really good, though.
I did?
He's a lot better at corn dogs than I am.
Well, yeah. Okay.
No.
What do you say, Noel? I mean, what do you say, Veronica?
No.
I have like 100 of them frozen in the freezer right now.
What do you say before we get out of here?
Stop and smell the flowers.
It's the Biofriendly Podcast. It's the Biofriendly Podcast.